Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This is for the African Muslim Reformation series. However, everyone can benefit from it, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, I came across a video of a sister mentioning or saying that what is she and her women peers going to do, her women folk, what are they going to do about the brothers that are boyish? She didn't say it like that, but I'm saying like that. I'm saying it like that, right? What are they gonna do concerning marriage, about when it comes to the boys that are boyish, right? Or regarding the boys that are the men that are boyish, right? The men who are not real men. She said that she has a friend of hers who she asked. He's a man. She asked him, "When are you planning on getting married?" He said, "About 35. I just want to have some fun," something of this sort. Subhanallah. My sister, a lot of our men are boys. A lot of our men are not actually men. They're boys. The reason being because their priorities are not straight. I'm not saying this to disrespect them. But if a man prioritizes playing, over work, then they are in reality a boy. If men prioritize playing over working, then they're boys in reality. The essence of their actions is boyish, is childish. You'll find that, my sisters, many of our brothers in their 20s, 30s, singing and dancing, right? Playing with, imaginary weapons and pointing it at a screen, at a camera like this, and dancing and singing. My sisters, is that marriage material? It's not. And I'm not saying this out of disrespect, but I'm trying to make a point. And my point is that, sisters, if these brothers do not change their behaviors, but before that, do not change their mentality, then you will have to marry men from other communities. Why do I sound so extreme? They have mothers and fathers. It's not like they live by themselves. They live with their mothers and fathers. Their mothers and fathers see these behaviors. The imams of the community see these behaviors, but nothing is being done. There's no sort of programs in the masjids, in the mosques, to make our boys men, right? Make our men men. Teach our men how to be men. There's none of that in the mosques. Instead, they're just buying mosques. And all the boys, or all the men, are on the street dancing and singing. Subhanallah. Even the elders' priorities are not straight. So you would have to marry men from other communities. I'm Ivorian, and my sister, I know you're Ivorian. You know how I know? Give salam to your family, inshallah. My sister, the first person to ever learn how to write, his name was Prophet Idris. But anyways, this is the case, right? This is the solution to that problem if it does not change. Now, another solution is that brothers, they learn about their religion. Brothers need to learn about their religion. The brothers and sisters, we don't know about our religion. We just learn how to recite the Quran Saturdays and Sundays, and we didn't go further than that. We need, in a sense, we learned elementary level knowledge of Islam. We need high school level understanding of Islam. And then college level understanding of Islam. Alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, that needs to be introduced into the mosques. Once that is introduced, then the brothers' priorities will be straight through this educational system. And the sisters as well. Their affairs will be straight. Their mentality and behaviors will be straight. Once this system is within the community, this education system, this high school level of Islamic knowledge is introduced into the community. Inshallah. You have, like I said, those brothers who are singing and dancing on the streets. You have, this one brother, he'd be on TikTok talking about, girls in his like in college, like bro, subhanallah, like what are you guys gonna do? Like there's nothing that you guys can do, right? Except for just learn your religion. Alhamdulillah, you're in school, do well in school. Inshallah, you graduate, you find a good husband. If he's from our community, well, alhamdulillah. If he's not from our community, then qadarullah, it is what it is. You have to take care of yourself. Alhamdulillah. And the reason why it's like this is because, again, first and foremost, we just learned elementary level knowledge of Islam. We didn't graduate from that, right? Obviously, there's no really such thing as elementary level and high school level and college level. I'm just using that term so that you can understand, right? Like, for example, if a man has fifth grade level understanding of life, you won't go for that man, right? And that's with Islam, because Islam teaches us about life, right? Once you learn about life, once you know about life, then your priorities will be straight. And our brothers, they don't have that understanding yet, alhamdulillah. And some may say, well, this is how we're going to make our money. Well, it's not the only way of making money. In fact, there are better ways and easier ways and faster ways of making money than to sing and dance, awaiting for, some time where you'll blow up, become popular, and then people will call your name and like you, alhamdulillah. And even that is dangerous. Because are they doing it only and solely for the money? Are they doing it only and solely for the money? When you become famous, what comes with it? Money, women, and other things as well. And they're boyish and from our community, then women is a major factor, and that's a fact. So you have to be very careful. You sisters have to be very careful and mindful of this. So now, what can you sisters do? What you guys can do is, because sometimes I scroll on TikTok. I'm not sure if you're on that. I don't think I see you. I scroll on TikTok. I see some African sisters. They have their like forums, and they just be gossiping, like straight up gossiping, talk about some like women stuff. I just listen. I listen because I see men on, so I'm like, okay, because some men are on, like, and they just be like talking about some stuff, and I'm like, swipe, subhanallah. So what you guys can do within your circles, in your forums, online or in private, in a mosque, etc. Talk about things that are constructive and productive. Talk about careers. Talk about AI. Talk about the economy. Talk about knowledge. And then the men have no choice but to say, "Oh, whoa! These are the sisters that we're gonna, marry. We can't be dumb." Subhanallah, we can't be dumb. Talk about Islam. So, we gotta have knowledge of Islam. Alhamdulillah. When you do this, then inshallah the men will follow. When you do this, the men will follow. And if they don't follow, then alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made other communities, other Africans that are not Ivorian. We can marry those men if they're righteous and good and have good character. Allah has made men that are even that are not Africans, Arabs and Europeans and etc. If they are righteous and have good character, marry them as well. Now, this is not me saying that every single man in our communities are like this, but this is just in case you find yourself in this situation. Well, alhamdulillah. Because waiting till you're 35, sister, is not good. And it's also to answer your question, when should you get married? My sister, ask your family. Alhamdulillah. Ask your family. Have that conversation with your father, your mother, inshallah. Ask them. And inshallah, remember, like I said, the first person to ever learn how to write, the first person to introduce writing to humanity, his name was Prophet Idris. So give my salam to your family. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Peace. Forgive me for making it very long. But I hope this was beneficial.